Of the Mountain King. Right over there is the Fat Man Squeeze. Come on, girl. You're being a good girl. You're being a good girl. Come on. Molly's being such a good girl. She's being such a good girl. That's a cool gate. Look at that. Looks like we have some imprisoned gnomes here. Get to work, gnomes. Make me my mountain moonshine. That's cool. Watch them, girl. What is that? Watch them, girl. What is that? What is it? Watch them. Molly doesn't like the gnomes. She doesn't like the gnomes. Good girl. Come on. Come on. No more gnomes. Good girl. Good girl. Molly didn't like the gnomes. Ooh, this is pretty. We got I mean, it's man-made, but it's cool. A little blue waterfall. Some benches in here. Oh, this is so pretty. So pretty. Take some pictures. Okay, so this is the Undercliff Passage. Apparently this was the original way that they found their way out to this ledge. It was, you know, this passage was dug. It's not natural. As much as rock can be dug, I guess. Chiseled, chipped. And right here it looks like it actually splits and goes up. So it's probably a natural entrance. Molly, if you don't stop pulling me, honey, I'm gonna hurt you. And then here they went ahead and, from this point on, it looks like they went ahead and dug through. So we're getting around here to the big balanced rock. It says Rock City 1,000 ton balanced rock. So it's sitting on that boulder, leaning against that boulder. It's sitting on that boulder. I don't like it. It's scary to me. Because it's barely on this boulder right here. It's barely on that boulder. It says balanced rock, and there's rebar sticking out right there. I'm sure that's been tested. In fact, I'm willing to bet that up there at the top they've probably run rebar back and forth to help stabilize it. Come on, get up. What are you doing, girl? Come on. You're fine. You're a good girl. No, this way. You're a good girl. That's still part of the deer park down there. I don't know if we can go down there or not. Come on, girl. No, this side. Good girl. It's just extremely scary to me. It just looks like it could slip right off of there. But I guess the heavier it is, the less likely. All right. Okay, I'm going through Rainbow Hall now. Oh, that's cool. They got a red glass, or different colored glass, I mean, in here, so it lights the whole room up like a rainbow. That's neat. Here's a movie reference for you. I don't know if anybody will get it. If you do, comment, and maybe I'll send you a free t-shirt. The movie reference / quote is, "Did I ever tell you my favorite color is blue?" That's it. The little hint, it's a horror movie. There's where I was just standing. Why lovers leap? For centuries there have been many lovers leaps in all parts of the world. The one at Rock City has associated with it a Native American legend as moving as any a young Chickasaw warrior named Sati fell deeply in love with Natchi Chi, a beautiful Cherokee maiden. Natchi Chi loved Sati as well, but the tribes were engaged in a bitter feud. The two eloped, but were followed by a war party. Sati was captured and thrown from the tip of Lover's Leap. While the attention of the tribe was absorbed in this tragedy, the despairing Natchi Chi quickly followed her love, leaping to her own death far below. Well, I can buy that. Sorry if my reading sucks. It's because I was trying to read it through my phone instead of just pointing my phone at it and reading the sign, which would have been better. So that up there, let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah, that is Lover's Leap up there. Ooh, look at this rock. I want to show you this one rock. It's just kind of barely hanging on there. I don't know what that is down there, if it's just a park or what, but on the roof of that building, it says Rock City. That's pretty cool. There's the waterfall. Come here, girl. I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't believe that the waterfall is a natural waterfall. Mainly because the water's not going anywhere. But it's still pretty. Sign right there says that this passageway is called Fat Man Squeeze. I already broke my glasses by smacking my face on the wall. It's okay. I have a backup pair of glasses, plus I have super glue. I've fixed these several times already. Oh yeah, here, I'm going to give you a little insight into how much of a squeeze it is. So, yeah, I'm fat, and I'm squeezing. But I wore black today. Definitely a sidestep. Oh. This one's called Fat Man Squeeze over here. See, it's falling apart again. Dang it! I'm gonna try to keep them on as good as I can. Yeah. So there's a gnome right there. Yeah. If they'd called it Fat Woman Squeeze, I guarantee it would have gotten changed. But Fat Man Squeeze, I guess everybody's okay with that. Should have just called it Fatty Squeeze. Hold on, Molly. Hold on. Daddy can't see right now. Okay. Hold on, girl. Molly. Said hold on. Okay. Okay. And yes, they're still broken. Just a little while ago, and I'll post the picture in the video, hopefully you'll see it. I was up there on that bridge, which is called the Swing Along Bridge. Right down here, there was a deer, but I don't see it right now. Probably got chased off from too many people being in the park now. When I first walked in the gate, I think I was the first people in the gate. They call this Deer Park, so maybe they feed them down there just to make sure that they come. There's some more of that fantastic view. It looks like the rain did go by us instead of... Molly, stop pulling. Oh, there's a big fence there. So I bet the deer are permanent residents. I bet they're gated in here and they do feed them. These walls seem very, very low. I mean, they're just above my knee. Seems like they would have made some kind of regulations about that. But the whole place is privately owned. There's a little cave spot with a place to sit, I guess, in case it rains. Super cool. Super cool. Okay. Look at that. That's awesome. That big rock sitting on that little post, that rock, and leaning on that one. That is so cool. This huge rock. Come on, Molly. This is called Observation Point. Looks like my camera might be a little foggy again. Observation Point. This looks like a good spot to wait out the rain, to be honest, because I got this cave, like overhang thing here. And then right there's the waterfall. I don't think it's going to rain on me, though. I think the rain's going past us. There's another big gnome down there on that rock. But yeah, that fence goes all along. So I bet that those deer that are down there that we saw are permanent resident deer. Which is cool. You know, it's a tourist thing. I don't know if it's that cool, to be honest, because they're captive when they have all of this land they could live on. But maybe it keeps them safe also. You see the edge of the rain right there. That's so cool. I'm going to go stand on that platform that's sticking out right there. Here, still at Rock City. This is the Enchanted Trail, and the sign here says Fairyland Caverns. So we're gonna go down this way. I haven't been this way yet. Oh, the leg muscles burn. I've got another interview with Channel 9 today, so that'll be cool at noon. But you know what? If I miss it, I miss it. This is so awesome. Oh, it gets tight. There's a path in here. Oh, it's right here. It's called Fat Man Squeeze. I think that's a little insulting, but I don't care. I don't really care because I'm a fat guy and I'm squeezing through here. Oh, this is so cool. Molly, what do you think? What do you think, Molly? Come on, let's go through Fat Man Squeeze. Oh my God. Alright, so we're gonna do it like this, because I don't know. I just broke my glasses. I just broke my glasses, folks. Let me see if I can fix. Supposedly, from that point right there where those lookouts are, you can see 7 states. So gorgeous. It's supposed to only be 20% chance of rain until tonight, but I think it's going to rain on me. What do you think? It's so cool watching it come in like that. Let's go over here. The waterfall right there. Can't see it yet. I know it's there. Oh, here it is. Part of it anyway. All the coins right there. Yeah, there's Chattanooga. Right there, just past the edge of the mountain is downtown Chattanooga. Keep wiping the water off the lens. Rain is coming at us. And then 7 states. So we got Tennessee that way. Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. Look at that. So gorgeous. This is Swing Along Bridge. Molly and I are going to cross up here at the Rock City in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Try not to drop my phone into oblivion while taking pictures and video. It's okay, Molly. It's okay, girl. Come on. Look at this over here. There's a deer?
Yeah.
So cool. There's a deer right down there. I hope the camera catches it, guys. That is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Show this part of Rock City. It's almost like a little cave here. This goes up long, slender passage that ends, so I guess you're not supposed to go that way. But they have all these little channels, like French drains almost, to keep the path from being overflown. These trees grow out of down here, which is really cool. And up there you can see there's walkways, bridges that go over. I was up there already. I took pictures pointing down in here. I'll post those. So this is super gorgeous. It's like I mean, you could almost see this in some kind of like Hobbit or Lord of the Rings movie. All these little caves. A lot of the area, they have these little garden gnomes that they hide around that you can see, like looking out of the caves and stuff. I actually passed that area already. I was taking lots of pictures, but it just wasn't doing justice. It's just gorgeous in here. I'm super glad that Molly and I have taken a couple days off. We got an Uber. It cost about 20 bucks to get here. Come here, Molly. Over here. You're not supposed to go over there. You're supposed to stay on the trail. Good girl. There's Molly. Hi, Molly. Hi, Molly. Hi, Molly. Alright, so I'll do another video here in a little bit. She's a good girl. Look, she's happy. She's a happy girl. Alright, so, deuces. So, this is the little cavern right here. It's not a cavern, but the path that I came through in my last video is called the Needle's Eye. Should have brought my tripod. I was going to, I meant to, but I forgot to. There, now you can see my beautiful face. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille. Anyway, so all of this is all part of Rock City, which is a tourist attraction, natural rock formations on the top of Lookout Mountain. No, Molly, we have to stay on the path, girl. Come on. I'm getting lots of pictures also, but I don't think the pictures do the justice that the video does. So, it's very wet. There's a lot of benches to sit on, but I don't know why you would, because they're all soaking wet. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'll talk to you later. Deuces. Everybody, how's it going? I'm not able to go live where I'm at. This might be some indication as to why. I'm in Rock City. It's a natural rock formation on top of Lookout Mountain in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So I thought I would show you this pathway here as I go through it. It's so tight that at certain parts I feel like, see, like that, I feel like I'm not even going to fit, but it's designed. See, there's a path actually in stone. I would have hated to be the person that laid all that stone with so little shoulder room in here. But yeah, it's super cool, but super tight. Molly's right here. Oh, almost lost you. There's Molly right there, and there's the sky above me. Hey.
Is that a dead end?
No, it's not. It goes up to a trail. If you're,
it's very past the flow rate, that's for sure.
well, you can go. Yeah, it's actually pretty short.
Beautiful dog.
Thank you.
Look, is that a laugh?
Molly, say hi, Molly. Come here, Molly. See, good girl. See, there's the Molly. Molly says hi. Molly. Say hi, Molly. Hi, Molly. There's the Molly. She's a good girl. She's a sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. Okay, so it says I got a weak connection, even though I'm on Wi-Fi, and my 4G says full bars. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm sorry if I don't have a good connection, and I'm in the middle of town. That doesn't, it's weird. But anyway, I am at the hotel. Good evening. How are you? Hi, Regina. I'm at the hotel. I'm doing good. My feet hurt. Molly's feet hurt. This morning when we woke up, she wouldn't even stand up. I had to pick her up and carry her around. It wasn't until about noon when our rescuer came and picked us up. Whose name, I have such a horrible memory. I'll be right back. But it wasn't until about noon when Molly could get up and walk around. So, last night, I walked. It turned out with the walking around that I had to do in the campground itself, it was right at 19.4, 19 and a half. We're going to call it 20 miles. We're going to call it 20 miles yesterday that I ended up walking in total to the campground. And I've walked 20 miles before, but this was for some reason the hardest distance I've had to do yet. And it's not for some reason. I know exactly why. It was because it was 90 something degrees yesterday. Absolutely miserable. Humidity was super high. I think I used like half of my baby powder just to keep my inside of my thighs from melting. Molly, could you not fallace yourself in front of the entire group of people? Thank you. It keeps getting blurry because it's a bad connection for some reason. I don't know why that is. We're all just gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry. I tried doing just Wi-Fi, and it wouldn't even start. So I had to connect to the or not Wi-Fi, my mobile data. So now I'm stuck here on Wi-Fi. But anyway, so we walked like 20 miles yesterday total. I really wasn't that bad off for it. But Molly just seemed really hot, really lethargic, on especially later in the day. Molly, I'm going to ask you again to stop licking your hoo-ha on camera, please. Thank you. She's like, sorry, Daddy. So, she just seemed like it was hurting her. I think I made the decision yesterday while going live that we'll see how it goes for the next few walks until my mom and dad get here and until Cody get here or get to wherever I'm at, to see if I'm going to try to continue with her. I really don't want it to I don't want to cause Molly a lot of pain. I'm going to try walking her, and the next time we go on a walk, I'm going to walk her with her boots all day, and see how that goes. She after about noon today, she was able to walk around, and then there was a lot of events, I guess, here in town, so the hotel was completely sold out, and check-in officially isn't until 4, so when a hotel room's completely sold out like that, you can't even check in, at least this one, until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I got dropped off here at about noon, I think, and basically they have these really very comfortable chairs in the lobby, and after I checked in with the lady downstairs, I had to sit in the chair until about 2:45 before they let me come to the room, because they had so many rooms to clean. So I finally got in the room about 2:45. I don't remember coming in the door. I don't know what the front of the hotel right here looks like. I have no memory of coming in the door. I have no memory of choosing which bed I was sleeping in. I just remember my alarm waking me up at 6:45. Like, hey, you got to go live. So apparently I needed the sleep. Molly, I woke up. Molly was in the exact same position she was in whenever I fell asleep. So she must have slept hard too. Last night, when we got to the campground, we got to the campground. There's a picnic table in every campground. I sat down at our picnic table, and it was like as I was going like that, then rain went, and there was nothing I could do. If I had even attempted to put the tent up, I would have become I would have gotten soaked. The tent would have gotten soaked. Molly would have gotten soaked. So I just grabbed the cart real quick, and the bathroom was right across the parking lot from us. We ran across the parking lot. The bathroom consisted of 4 full separate bathrooms that you could lock from the inside. A shower, sink, a bench, and a toilet. So I made it into one of them, and I locked it from the inside, and I used some of my dirty clothes to dry up the floor because the floor was soaking wet from people using the shower and from rain coming in the door. I pulled Molly's bed off of the cart and threw it on the floor. It was really weird. Strange noise. Threw it on the floor so she could get some sleep, and I tried to sleep on the floor, but it was cold concrete. The air conditioner in the bathroom would turn on and off randomly. The lights would turn on and off randomly. It was all motion sensor, I guess, so every time I'd roll over, the fan had a hum to it, a really loud noise, so every time I'd roll over, the fan would turn on and wake me up. So I got like no sleep, maybe an hour total all night. It sucked. It sucked bad. So hi honey. So this morning I got up. Well, no, let me backtrack a little bit. At about 1 o'clock in the morning, it stopped raining. So I went outside, pulled my tent I took the whole cart outside. I pulled the tent out of my cart. I put my tent up. I got the tent up. I got the tarp pinned from the edge of the tent down to the ground, so that Molly would have like a big lean-to area under the tent to sleep, because it's a hammock tent. And no sooner did I finish than it started raining again really hard. I had mud. My shoes were completely soaked. I had mud up to halfway up my shins. Molly was drenched. Her bed was drenched. My clothes were soaked. My sleeping bag was soaked. I pushed the cart up underneath my tent as far as I could to try to keep everything as dry as I could. to no avail. And we ran back to the bathroom because I wasn't going to get in my tent soaking wet and try to sleep. I would freeze, you know. You know how to, even if it's not freezing cold, if you're wet and you try to sleep outside, you can get hypothermia. So I wasn't too worried about the hypothermia. I was just worried about being miserable. So we went back to the bathroom. I took Molly's bed and all of my clothes that I had on off, and I turned on the hand dryer. And you know, and a hand dryer is motion sensitive, so I'm sitting there like this underneath the hand dryer for probably an hour, drying my clothes, drying my socks, drying Molly's bed. I dried Molly's bed first, so she could get a bed to sleep on. I think I burned out the hand dryer because once I was toward the end there, it stopped blowing out hot air. It just burned out or blew out cold air. But my cart was still outside. Luckily, the box, what I call the trunk, was closed and latched, so water didn't get into it. But the lid for the bucket was just sitting on there because I had fed Molly when we first got there. And I don't know if they were squirrels or a raccoon or a possum, some critter with fingers like a human's. I'm thinking raccoon, but they were small. They're smaller. They're like squirrel size. Got into the bucket, drug everything that was in the bucket out, all of my food, all of Molly's food, out onto the ground. Then it rained all over it, so most of Molly's food got ruined. I don't think any of my food got ruined because it was all in sealed packages, like tuna packages and stuff like that. But it was spread all over the ground the next morning when I went out there. The tarp had blown off, so everything, all of my clothes and everything were soaking wet. My first aid kit, I opened my first aid kit up and water poured out of it, but all of my medicine bottles in there were sealed good, so none of my meds got wet. The cart fell over in the middle of the night and crushed my my phone mount on the flagpole. I couldn't even find the flag at first because the water had washed so much mud over the flag on the ground that it was like camouflaged in the ground. So I pulled that up. I washed the flag off as good as I could. I'll need to wash it again. So last night, long story short, was kind of misery. Then my wife Cody and my Aunt Marie and probably my mom and my dad, everybody around there, my sister Janice, they were all doing everything they could to find me a ride out of there because they knew I was miserable. They knew I was wet and sleeping on the bathroom floor in a campground. And nobody was available to come get me, but everybody was helping. There was a huge amount of support online. I appreciate all of that from all of you that helped spread the word to help try to get me a ride out of there. I really appreciate that. Finally this morning, a very nice man saw one of my posts for help that somebody had posted on a Facebook page called Tennessee Marines, and saw that I needed assistance. And he's such a great guy. He came and got me. His name was Daniel Wyson. I hope I'm saying that right. W-Y-S-O-N-G, Wyson. Really cool guy. Apparently he skipped church to come help me, and I asked him about that, and he was like, "Listen, I don't think that God wants me to sit in a building and sing praise to Him when I could be out doing His work." So I can understand that point of view. So he felt that he was being more godly, coming and helping me than sitting in church. But his sister was going to sing that morning. So before he brought me to the hotel, I agreed to just hang out in his car while he went to church real quick to catch his sister sing, which was only for the second time, apparently. Me and Molly took a little snooze in the car while he was inside the church. And he was probably only in there for 15 minutes or so. Got to see his sister. This was all real good timing. Took me to Wendy's. Another guy saw my shirt. At first me and Daniel were not really arguing, but debating over who was going to pay for lunch. I felt I owed it to him for coming and getting me. He felt he wanted to buy it because, he was helping me out, so he was trying to help me out to the fullest. And the guy behind us saw my shirt and insisted on paying for both of our meals, so that was pretty cool. Him and his wife. So then directly after that, we got to the hotel room, and I checked in. The lady here, very nice lady. She's very matter of fact. We had I'm going to call it a discussion over ADA laws. The way the law is written, no public facility that caters to the public is allowed to even ask for proof that any dog is a service animal, especially if they're wearing a vest. But she was told by her district manager that any service animal that comes in must show proof that it's a service animal through paper documentation, or it could mean her job. And her whole point of view on it, which I totally understand, was anybody off the street could come in and say that their dog was a service animal and get their dog into a non-pet room for free. But my point of view on it is the way that it's written. If the animal is wearing a vest, he's in uniform and doesn't require proof. And there's only two questions you can ask. You can ask what duties the dog can perform, but you're not allowed to ask the dog to perform the duties. And is the dog a service animal? And those are the only two questions that anybody is ever legally allowed to ask you about your service animal in reference to you having the animal in the building, with the exception of the airline. The airline can ask for paper documentation. And this apparently is a big back and forth in the courts still to this day, because you have laws that protect your personal rights, as in not divulging what's wrong with you medically. You don't have to do that, and by getting all this information about your service dog, you divulge what's wrong with you, the person. And then also the companies need to be covered from breakage and theft and all that stuff, or not theft, but damages by the dog. So, it was a discussion that we had back and forth. I do have proof that Molly is a service animal. I showed her the proof, and that was all that she required. She was nice enough and willing to sit there and let me read to her and show her the ADA laws on the internet about how she technically was breaking the law by making me show her proof. But I can understand her point of view. It's her job on the line. She's just the desk lady. So she's a nice lady. She got the maid, I don't like calling them maids, the people who clean the room, to come clean this room first so that I could get in here, because I was falling asleep in the lobby, and I'm sure I was snoring because I'm a big snore guy. But anyway, we are in the room. We are healthy. Molly still can't walk very well. I paid for 2 nights, tonight and tomorrow night, for recoup. I think that both of us need it. It's been 2 months of wear and tear on our bodies, on except for a couple rain days, on pretty much every single day. My dad is calling me. My dad is trying to call me. Can somebody tell him that I'm live right now? Anyway, 2 months of wear and tear on my body, on Molly's body. I need a little bit of recuperation. So I'm going to take today and tomorrow, well, the rest of today, it's over, all day tomorrow, and probably the next day, and do nothing except maybe sightsee a little bit, because there's like a big underground waterfall here in Chattanooga called Ruby Falls, and then there's a mountain called Rock City that apparently there's a specific view on top of Rock City where on a clear day you can see 7 different states. It's the only place in America like that, I guess. So I don't want to miss that. I missed Chimney Rock. Instead of spending 20 or 30 minutes to find somebody to drive me up there so I could walk the rest of the way, I just walked on past it and I missed it. And all the pictures that I see of it are just spectacular. And I don't want to miss another spectacular view. I went over the mountains and I saw a lot of beautiful views, but I never saw that view that I was looking for, and I know it was up there. There was 2 or 3 places where I could have taken a day off and gone to it, but instead I was mission, walk, 10 miles, 10 miles, 10 miles, 10 miles. And I sort of got to the point to where I forgot to smell the roses a little bit on this thing. So during my recoup, I might be in Chattanooga until Friday, because it's supposed to rain again Wednesday and Thursday. But if I am here that long, I don't think that's going to be a big deal for the mission. That's actually going to give me more time to talk to people, and I'm going to sightsee a little bit. Maybe not tomorrow, but the next day. I've got the cash to go ahead and do it in the bank. My wife's going to come up and see me in a week or so. It's time for me to take a little break. So, Cody just put on her mom and dad are going to come too. That's cool. So, we all get to hang out and visit a little bit. Maybe they'll help with the hotel bill. So yeah, I'm going to go see a couple of attractions tomorrow. If Molly's feet are up to it, I'm going to put her boots on her, and she's going to wear her boots from now on, especially on hot days. I promise you people that. I feel so bad about the way that she's hurting right now. It's completely my fault for walking her so hard. I could have at any point yesterday called a taxi or an Uber or flagged someone down or even called the police or somebody to help me out, and I didn't. I just kept pushing until we got there. I didn't realize that it was going to affect her the way it did. I don't know. I don't think it was the heat of the ground that hurt her feet. I checked out her feet. I looked at them just a few minutes ago. Her paws look perfect. They look fine. I think I just walked her really hard. Too far, too long. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Cody put, we have learned that boots on a hot day is not good for her. Well, I don't know. What is your name, Joe's aunt? My aunt's name is Marie Baker. Yeah, the boots are the right size. They're pretty much the perfect size. But that being said, they're made out of waterproof canvas and black rubber. They're not they don't have technology in them like our shoes do. They're not designed for the contours of the feet. They literally look like swimming fins. I can't get to them right now, but they're about that long, about that wide, and they're flat. So the paw goes in there, and then when they walk, it bends it flat, and it just looks like they're walking with swimming flippers on a little bit. Cody says the animal nurse said it was because they're plastic. It holds in and does not allow the animals to sweat out of her feet. It could overheat her. Oh, well, like I said, I keep her in the grass anyway. I don't think it was from heat. I think I walked her too hard. Because she's not like tender-footed. She's like everything hurts the way she moves, so I'm just going to take better care of her. We'll see how she does. I think that I am going to be walking near Murfreesboro. I need to check the maps. I don't know that for sure. I'll get that answer back out to you. Thomas, I am in a hotel in just outside of Chattanooga, or I'm in Chattanooga city limits, but I'm outside of the main city. Due to the fact that in the past one or two people have taken advantage of the fact that my location is public, I am no longer telling people where I'm at until the day I leave. That way, it's a little unnerving when you show up at your hotel and somebody's sitting there waiting for you. Whether their intentions be good or not, it's a little unnerving. So I'm not gonna tell anybody specifically where I'm at until I leave. So anybody else that's on here who happens to know where I'm at, please don't divulge that information either. It's a good hotel. It's in a good neighborhood. I'm safe. I'm dry. I'm warm. Another veteran outreach program this morning, sorry, I slept for 6 hours, so everything seems like yesterday, called me while I was at Wendy's today, and they want to donate $100 to me in person so they can do a meet and greet with pictures and all that, and we're going to do that tomorrow. So that's cool. They were trying to spend all kinds of money on me. They wanted to buy me new shoes and resupply me, give me a tent. I think they're going to buy Molly a bunch of food, and I kept telling her, I was like, thank you so much for your appreciation, your willingness and desire to help. It's great. It's exactly what I need, but I am stocked, and I appreciate that. But so they were like, okay, well, we're going to give you $100 cash then. And I said, that sounds fantastic. Thank you very much. I'll put it in the account to go toward the cause. So that's cool. And then my alarm went off and I ignored it. So my wife calling me is actually what woke me up in time to do the video today. And she said there's a bunch of people online that are asking me questions, trying to find out if I'm okay, that need an update. Well, here's your update. I'm good. My feet hurt. My back hurts, but I'm better. I'm dry. Molly's good. And I have to get up and answer some people on there that I guess want interviews. This is where the work is starting now. 2 months in, and finally I'm doing something other than just walking, which I knew was coming. I knew I was going to have to start doing interviews and keeping track of people and things and names and dates and all of that. And I think I've been doing better. I do have a notebook. I write things down now. I write people's names down. I collect business cards so that I can remember people's names. I keep all the business cards in one place. so that at the end of the walk I can do huge thank you letters and stuff for people. Because, not to say that Daniel Wyson saved my life today, but it's raining again right now, so it's one of those things to where I would be in the bathroom again, miserable again, closer to that mental breakdown stage that I think is what I and my home team are more worried about than physical. They know I'm going to be okay physically, but nobody wants me to get to a low spot with the fact that I have PTSD in my history, and I think that's what everything is trying to go toward on that, is keeping my spirits high, which they are. I am still very optimistic about the mission. I'm optimistic about the walk. I'm not as optimistic about Molly making it all the way, but it's that's fine. I would rather her not be able to have bragging rights about walking across the U.S. and be safe and warm at home with feet that don't hurt than to push her and cause permanent damage. She's my top priority while I'm out here. And that's about it. I want her to be okay. So there's a restaurant called the City Cafe Diner. Of course, it's backwards. Here downstairs, they have Italian, Greek, subs, all kinds of stuff. That's probably my dinner. I get a 10% discount for being military, and an additional 10% discount if I show them my room key, because they're connected to the hotel. So, yummy. I'm going to go eat, because I haven't eaten much today. I think Molly will be able to make it with me. You can see her. She's on the bed there. She's still just in total recuperate mode. Molly. Molly Ollie. Hi, Molly, sweetheart. How do you feel? I'll get you some dinner in a minute, okay? I promise. So, I get these little messages across my screen. Say stuff like 100 comments this video, and stuff like that. I don't know if I mentioned it the other day. I think it was the day before yesterday. This was the 100th live video since I started, which is pretty cool. But that's about it. Chattanooga is a pretty cool place to visit, so I'm going to visit some of those pretty cool places. Their pool is open here. They have a hot tub here. Oh my gosh, it sounds so good to go sit in a hot tub. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go check out some of the sites tomorrow if Molly's feet are up to it. If not, I'll do it the next day. Then my plans for the future after that are to, after I'm done recouped and after Molly feels good and everything is dry, clean, and not mildewy and stinky anymore, I'm going to start heading up toward Nashville. I'm excited about that. It's going to be about 2 weeks, I think, a week and a half, 2 weeks before I'm there, and me and my mom are going to walk a big portion of the Natchez Trace down into Mississippi to my sister's house. My mom's 72, so that'll be awesome. I'm willing to see how far she's going to make it. I think she'll probably outwalk me most days. But that sounds like fun. I'll have company on the road for a while. When Cody and the boys are here, we're gonna do some walking, I think, but I think we're gonna do a lot of driving and sightseeing while they're here, because I don't want my kids to be too bored. It is their summer break after all, and I know that they'll be happy enough just to see me, but it'll be cool to go see some sights. And then And that might all end up with me being in where's that weird noise again? Sounds like a phone. It goes doo-doo-doo-doo, and then that stops. Just one time. Maybe it's the refrigerator. But my visit with my wife and the boys will probably end with me being in Nashville, ready to walk with my mom. And then it'll be on. After that walk, then I have Texas. Dallas will be my next big stop, and then after that, I like I said, I think I got to the point to where I wasn't smelling the roses, so I'm back on track. I think I do want to go to Colorado Springs and see the Garden of the Gods, and I do want to go to see the cave dwellings in Arizona. I want to see the Grand Canyon. So that's everything, guys. That's about as thorough of an update as I can do at this point. I do have dog food. Don't bring me dog food. Not all of it got stolen by the raccoons or squirrels, and not all of it got soaking wet. I'm not going to accept dog food anymore from people unless we're totally out and Molly's starving, because I still don't know when she's going to go home. And the different brands of dog food that people bring me are upsetting her stomach a little bit. Some days she has constipation, some days she has diarrhea, and I'm not gonna put her through that anymore. I'm just gonna give her the same dog food I always give her. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I love you all. Thank you very much. I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna go take a shower, and then I'm gonna get something to eat. The restaurant's 24 hours. So that's pretty cool. I have totally ignored all of your comments today. I'm sorry about that. I'll go back, and if you've asked me any questions that weren't answered by somebody else, then I'll try to answer them for you. But I'm going to take a shower, go get something to eat, get on the phone with my family, and then I'll start answering questions and reviewing things on the page. Thank you for all the hearts, guys. Thank you very much, honey. I love you. Thank you, everybody. The support's been uncanny. It's just super cool. Thank you so much. I love all you guys. If you know veterans, make sure you call them occasionally. Make them smile. That's about it. I love you guys. Deuces.